Hey there, guys. Today we back on this 2017 BMW X1. Today we're going to attempt to replace the battery. This is the first turbo. It's actually a twin turbo or twin power turbo. Guess one turbo feeds the other one. BMW first transverse BMW engine I've ever seen, right? And this reminds me a lot of the Mini Cooper, which was a piece of shit. But the jury is still out on that. So we're gonna replace the battery today, and it looks like in order for you to do that, you have to have some technical abilities in order to replace the battery. Battery is located on the driver's side, right where the power booster usually should be located, right beside the brake master or the brake power booster, and you have to take this crown off. So we're gonna get off the rubber gasket, the hood gasket. It looks like somebody has already been to work on this already to try to get this apart. So everything is removing kind of free. Just gonna set that aside. Want to get the 8mm with an extension here. This is what you have to go through to change a battery on today's modern vehicles. This has to be some bullshit, as far as I'm concerned. Just to change a battery. All right, all these freaking plastic and paper clips all over the goddamn place. They're just literally holding these vehicles together just by a few things. All right, so it looks like we gotta take that out also in order to be able to get some little bit of room to it. These vehicles are barely holding themselves together. Technology, right? That's what you want to call it. All right, so these little rubber plastic snaps here. I'm gonna get that out. So in today's modern vehicles, it's not like you're gonna go to AutoZone and you're gonna ask the AutoZone guy to change a battery for you. It's things are not gonna work like that. He's gonna send you to a technician to do it. A guy like me. All right, so we got 410 volts. We're gonna try to remove that. If I can find my 10 socket, there you go. Got 4 of them, two on this side and 2 on the other side. There they are. 410 volts already out. Just gonna set that aside. I'll tell you what, if you drop anything down in here, forget about that. Remove this bar. Set the bar down on the floor. It looks like it's going to be 17mm to get this bar out, and probably 13 to get access to this little crown right here. Or do we have to remove it? I hope we don't. We're gonna try to see if we can squeeze the battery out of there without doing that. Let me reach on over here and get the 17mm. I have to get one with an extension. Should be 16, but hopefully it's not too tight that a 17 can get on there. Should be a 16mm. I think it is a 16. Let me see if I can get an extension with a swivel socket on the end to get up under this crown right there to remove this. Oh, pretty tight too. This is what we would call a suspension stress bar under the hood. Here you go. All right, that looks pretty tight. Looks like it's coming off right now. Oops. Like I said, you don't want to drop anything here. If you drop anything down in here, you are not going to get it back, guys. You might as well, if you drop a tool down in here, do like I do, charge the customer for it. All right, here comes that stress bar. Gonna take our 10mm. Well, it should be a 10. Yep, that one is a 10. Take the negative side of the cable off. Negative side should come off right here. Disconnect the battery voltage tester on there. And we're gonna come over to this side. It's not a 10, but it looks like we have to take out a crowd here. My goodness. I was hoping that we don't have to, but it looks like we do. We got a flashlight. Look down in there. Yeah, we have to take out we got to take out this crowd. Wow, that's crazy. 13 millimeters straight down. That is insane, guys. Do not go to AutoZone or any parts store and ask them to change the battery for you on a 2017 BMW X1 because they're going to send you packing. All right, that one's out. Yep. And we're just doing this in real time, guys. And sorry for the airplane noises up above. So this slides out, it looks like. If we can just maneuver it out of here. And slides right out, and then we're able to gain access to the battery terminal, positive terminal here. All right, so that's loose, 10 millimeter. And of course we know that, but we need to separate this that way. So we need to take that 13 and separate the terminal here. If not, we are not able to pull that battery out of there. I'm trying to be careful here not to drop anything down. Remember where we get this terminals from. We'll take this one off. Is this separable? This might not be separable. It's not separable. Wow. But at least we can get a little bit of stress to stress it over this way. Looks like we have to take out the battery hold down, which is the 13 millimeter that came out nicely. I wonder if someone was already at work with this one. Oh, very tight, guys, very tight. And I hope I don't have to pull that airflow, that mass airflow meter and stuff out of there. I wonder what they pay. Wow, look at that. This is like the wiper motor. You have to be very careful with this heavy battery not to snap that off. Gotta be absolutely careful. And wow, how do we get this out now? Looks like we are in a bit. Oh, so you're not able to gain access to, can we pull it out this way? Take a shortcut, maybe we can. If it allows it. No, guys. You have to pull that mass airflow meter. It's a no-go. You're not able to get it out without that. Mass airflow meter box should be pulled out of the vehicle. All relatively new to me. All right, that is disconnected. Got a flathead screwdriver here in order to disconnect that. Wow. You're not going to be able to change that. Like I said, it looks like they tried to, wow, we got to pick up that crowd. They tried to have it, to have this battery replaced, perhaps at AutoZone, and they were probably turned away. That's why they were looking for me to get it done. Try not to lose none of these screws. We're just going to set them down over here, right on top of the oil cap. I should have a some kind of magnetic tray or something like that to keep the tools, safe. But gonna wing it. One. Looks like you're taking off this intake plenum here. This one right here to gain access to the airbox. And I hope the airbox comes up as one piece. People always ask me, how do you remember where all those bolts go? All right, so you can pull up on this. Airbox is out. Now you can gain access to the battery. So I guess you can slide the battery forward this way, and then the battery goes upwards like that. So the battery's out. I'm gonna try to install a new battery here. Let's see if we could do that. Slide this back in. if it would allow us. Positive. It's going to be over there. Turn it around and slide that in. I guess the battery hold down goes over there. Make sure that there's a hook back here. There it is. All right. All right, all right, all right. See if we could put something here to, it's not the exact size, but we'll put something there to be able to prevent it from moving back and forth. Give me 1 second. To prevent the battery from moving back and forth. We do not want the battery moving back and forth. Be right back, guys. Alrighty, we're back. I'll put a little block right there to get that situated. All right, so it looks like the battery is in. How the hell do we do this? This is weird. Kind of a weird looking piece. I don't know what that is. I guess it slides down. Okay. It slide down like that? Looks like it might slide downwards to be able to hold. Okay. Hold the battery in place. Back and forth. All right, we got to shape this a little bit. Shave this tool off a little bit here. Make up for it. Battery installation. All right, that seems like it's perfect. Good. So we get the 13mm socket, and then we'll drive this back on. All right, so the battery's nice and slugged in there. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's back there. All right. Guess we could put our terminals on now. We don't have to wait. Let's just do that. That's the positive one. Should use your hand to tighten this thing, but we have enough experience, so we know the gun, so we know how to navigate the gun. Wow, this is not the battery that gets replaced at the regular auto shop. Keep saying that you have to bring that battery in for a technician to get that battery replaced. All right, so we'll click this back on here, battery, and then we'll put it on. All right, that's nice and snugged up on there. Yep. This do have a Turk spec, but I'm not sure what it is. I would have to look it up. But guys, we kind of have an idea how tight that should be after being a technician for a while. So now we have to get that back on there. I'm going to put this on there also. This wiring, power wire. Get the nut. Put that on there. 13 millimeter. And tighten down on that. Now we're gonna grab the airbox. It has the mass airflow sensor connected, and we have to be absolutely careful not to freaking break any kind of plastic radiator lines or anything like that. Absolutely careful. It's crazy to be so careful around these vehicles these days because everything is so expensive if they're broken. All right. All right, let's tighten down. We'll hook up the mass airflow sensor back. We'll grab the flathead screwdriver and just remember to tighten down on this right here. Just tighten down on it. Good. So that's tight. Rip that off. Now we're gonna go back with this right here. Hope that can get back in here. Oh no, I should have put that back. My bad. Sorry. I think I should put that back before I put. Let me put that in there before I put the earbox in there. Want to get that down in there. Separate it. Remember not to mess with the line here. Take that out. Pull up on that. And try to get this in the proper way. Can we cooperate here? There we go. That gets chopped into here, I guess. 13 millimeter nut. Where did I put that baby? Put that baby right here. All right. It's going right there. Okay. Where are we now? Let's just see here real quick. Where we at? Get this battery in a little bit. Give it some room there to get this tool in. See if we can get that backwards. Go in. Almost there. What's stopping us? Is the battery hold down maybe? Let's get this out of here first. Let's position this one over here. Oh, battery hold on. Okay, probably spins the other way. That's why it's giving us a hard time. Probably goes around the other way to push up on the battery. 13, sorry. That's what happens. That's what's stopping us. It's the battery hold down here, guys. All right, get spinned around the other way. Kind of a funny looking one. As it squishes down, it pushes up against the. There we go. It goes in here. Cops up easy. All right, there we go. All right, let's see if we can get this side in also. Yep, that side can go in. This has to pay a BMW technician an hour to get done. There's absolutely no way that this battery wouldn't pay an hour. Oh, my goodness. Everything is on what we call cock shot here. Don't try to attempt anything in a speedy manner. Just don't. Because if you snap anything on here, it'll be very expensive to fix. That would be very expensive to fix. All right, so once you tighten down on that, how the hell do you gain access? You cannot. How do you gain access to the freaking battery the battery holder? You can't. You cannot. So that sucks. So we'll take that back out. And you got to tighten on the battery first. And then you put that piece in. That's what you have to do. Then you put this piece in right here. Like a battery tray. Okay. All right. Looks like we're doing our thing. We're installed here. Nice and snug. We're going to put the earbox back in for the final time. We got distracted there a little bit. Put the intake duct on it. Line it up properly with the push-on snaps. Be careful not to break the freaking water line on the on the reservoir. I don't know why that's over there. That's just asking for trouble. These cars are built to make us spend money on it, you know. Everything is so unique on it. All right, so that's on there. Are we going to put the crown back on?